That's a little bit more professional.
Professionally connected.
Oops. Um, okay. Gotta do one last thing. Hey, can you hear me? Or can you hear me? Can you hear me better? Okay. I'm checking to see if I can hear myself. Okay. Got one more last thing that I gotta do. Let me get my other phone. Okay. We're about to get started shortly. I'm just setting up the rest of my stuff. I apologize. I apologize. Okay. Okay. Oops. Okay. Hold on. Right. Oh, okay. Thank you. Mhm. Oh, Lord. Okay. Okay, y'all. I think I'm ready to go. Okay, so what we are doing today is we are making chicken Marsala and with portobello mushrooms. That's what we're doing today. So kind of hear some feedback, but I think you can hear myself. It'd be good for you. All right. Okay. That's as good as it's gonna get. Hey, Miss T. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. I gotta show you all my ingredients real quick. Okay, so this is a meal. Actually, hey, Smith, this is actually your idea that you came up with last week. You said to make some Italian, so I'm assuming that I'm gonna try to make some Italian, and it's gonna be fun because I never made this before. Miss T with the T and myself, we had a taste test yesterday where we did flat okra, and we started messing around with other stuff. Like we had the okra, we had pickled okra, fried okra, like the chips, and then we had two things. Like she had the pickled asparagus, and I had the pickled Brussels sprouts. Now I'm gonna make this episode pretty fun, and I'm gonna show you. Hey, Fresh. I'm gonna show y'all how to repurpose stuff. Okay, so let me show you the ingredients real quick. I'm using two screens because one phone I'm going to be walking around with. So let me do this real quick. Okay, so right before we get to go, I am going to, I just need to do some stuff real quick. But I'm going to show you the ingredients that I have for the Marcello with portobello mushrooms. There's different ways to make the portobello mushrooms because you could stuff it, but I'm not going to stuff it. I'm going to cook it and I'm going to slice it, but still going to have to cut out the inside. So we're going to cut the inside out and then we're going to do it like that, y'all. You get what I'm saying? And then let me see if I can. What I'm doing is trying to make. I'm trying to. There it is. There it is. Okay. So I have two cameras showing that. Okay, hold on. All right. Hello, everybody that's coming in right now. Thank y'all. This is my second episode. Okay. So now we're good to go. So I'm gonna turn this camera off for the moment. So okay, so I'm making this is what it's based off of is this wine. I'm not gonna drink this wine because it's dry. And I don't like to be dry. So I'm not making no dry anything. We're gonna be using a can of beef broth. And then we have the mushrooms. I got these. So going back to the thing where we were talking about the taste test, we went to Trader Joe's and Bucky's. And while I was at Trader Joe's, and this meal costs roughly around $16 if you shop right. And so these are the portobello mushrooms that I got from Trader Joe's. This is what made me inspired me to do the dish because I was like, oh man, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good, right? I'm a big fan of mushrooms. I was gonna go cop some lion's mane and send it to Miss T so she could make her black rice. So I'm probably gonna do that today. And then yeah, like that show yesterday, I don't think I really ate anything after because I needed to detox. But let me show y'all. I know the gardening, I have the gardening community in here, but this is a portobello mushroom. Why? This look good. Miss Steve probably like that look like a pancake. Okay. So this is a portobello mushroom. So before we get started, I already washed my hands, but I don't like to touch food, so I shouldn't even have touched this. Let me go get my gloves. Gotta have your gloves. It makes you look a little bit more official when you're cooking, right? So I got my gloves. Let me put my gloves on, and I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. It is like 90 something degrees out here in Houston, Texas, and I'm excited about what I'm making because I've never made this before. And so there was two things. So in a future episode, um, Miss T asked me to make my jerk, my Jamaican jerk, oxtail. And because the prep time is so long and all that other stuff, I decided to do. We're gonna do it, and then we figured out how we can make it for time constraint. Uh, so F. Smith said, "Hey, why don't you do Italian food?" And I don't really. I mean, I'll eat Italian food, but I don't really know nothing about it. So that became a challenge because of the fact that I don't really know about. I know how to eat it, just never cooked it. So what we are making again is Marsala. Here's the Marsala, and then let me give you the. This thing keeps cutting off for me. Okay, so here's the ingredients. We got the wine. We got the. This is the main ingredient, right? And so we got some pepper. Pepper. Oop, let me spill some of that pepper. We got some salt. This I use. You can use. All right. So the two salts you can use for this particular dish is kosher salt or sea salt. So this is sea salt, and then I have um, olive oil. Then I have a thing that we like to call. It's called orzo. ORZO. This is gonna be like our rice pilaf over this. Okay. I'm going to show it again with the other camera in a few, but you kind of get where we're going with this. It's a very simple dish to make, which I feel you also need some beef broth. Okay. All right. So we're going to start here. I'm going to get all my ingredients together and then we're going to get started. Oh, you also need this browning sauce. I got the jugo. And then for my sanity, all right. So that's and then so with the repurposing of the Brussels sprouts, these are what I taste tested yesterday. I like these a lot. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Brussels sprouts, we're gonna wash them, we're gonna clean them up real quick, and then I'm gonna use the Brussels sprouts as part of the veggies with this. This and for y'all nasty people out there, this isn't what you think it is. This is a zucchini. All right. So we're gonna get started. I'm just trying to get everything in order. And as I get everything in order, yeah, the reason why I went with the orzo fresh is because I didn't want to use noodles. I mean, I could have used noodles, but I just didn't really want to. So I didn't. I just didn't use the noodles, and then so I am using the orzo. That's the pilaf, and it kind of looks sexy, and the way you cook it is kind of nice and stuff. So, all right. Oh, what you need for this is you do need a skillet. Oh, and you got. I almost forgot the main ingredient: chicken. You can't have the marsala without chicken. We got our two sauce pots. Okay. And the sauce pots are uh for what we're gonna make to make the Marsala sauce. Okay. So first off, what we're gonna do is I need to pull up everything real quick. And again, I like to thank everybody that's in here right now. I appreciate it. This is kind of hard to try to do everything like whatever. You need a pan as well because we're gonna cook this in the oven after we do the prep for it. So you're gonna preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay. And so what we're gonna do first, we need butter. This is what I'm gonna get my phone. So we're gonna have the butter. And this is real butter. You can't use like I can't believe it's not butter, or we can't use, you know, the fake butter. We have to use real butter. Okay. So with the real butter, uh, let me get this real quick. All right. All right. Let me get the butter. Okay. Give me a second. All right. Okay. All right. So again, this is the mushrooms. So we're gonna grab one of the pots. We got real butter. And you ain't gotta go splurge and go spend like $20. I got the regular butter. What did I get? I got Land O'Lakes. I got Land O'Lakes butter. That's as good as it gets with me, and it's gonna work out fine. Okay, so you got the butters, and so what you're gonna do real quick? Let me flip this around. we're gonna do. We're gonna put the butter in the pot. All right. So give me a second. I forgot where my YouTube was at. Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Okay. Okay. So we got all our ingredients in order. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use 4 tablespoons of butter. This is what we're gonna heat up. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So that's four. That's 4 things of butter. See that? You see that? Okay. So we got the 4 butters. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna heat this with ta-da, the olive oil. So we're gonna use the olive oil. We're gonna pour this in on the butter. Okay, like so. And what we're gonna do is we're going to heat this up. So we're gonna put this on a low. We're gonna put this on a low. Let's see. We're gonna put this on a low flame. Like I said, I got. So we're gonna put this on low and let that do. We're gonna put this on low and make it do what it do. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna check on that in a second because it's gonna take only about a minute to do that. All right. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna have to add the, and it said that we have to add like a can of beef broth. So I just went and got the can. Okay. Okay. So we got the can of beef broth. That we're going to put in there. We're not going to use all of this because we're going to use this can as well for the orzo. Okay, so we're only going to use about half because this recipe actually calls for 4. So we don't have to cut everything in half because we're making it for 2. And so with the way that it's going to look or how it's going to work is that we are going to, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna add this real quick. It should be boiling in a few. Give me 1 second. So as we walk over here, You see it's melting like so. We're gonna put that in there. So as you saw that, so right now we have the butter, we have the olive oil, and we have the beef broth. Now the other thing you're gonna have to add is we got the teaspoon of pepper and we got the salt. So let me go throw that in there real quick. We're not using all of this, we're just using a teaspoon. Okay, we're gonna put these bad boy mushrooms to the side real quick. And then we're going to put this to the side as well. And we gonna bring the chicken. We gotta dice that. Okay. So right here we got the chicken. This is a chicken breast is preferred. So this is what we're gonna use, and we're gonna cut this up. These were the little leftovers that I had, so I had to cook that too. So I heated this up a little bit for time, so it didn't take forever to cook. Okay. So all right. Let's see. Okay, so what we're gonna do? Well, oh, let me get my whisk. Okay. Okay. Next thing we're gonna add, what when it starts boiling, is we're going to add the wine and the browning sauce. Okay. Almost forgot one more other thing. Jeez. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So where are we at, y'all? Okay. We're letting that simmer right now. We got everything in there, the garlic, and then we have that already done. So while the broth is in there, let's go over here and add. I think it should start barely boiling right now. So we're gonna add Marsala. We're gonna put it, fill up this. So you ladies that like to drink wine, you can pour it in your glass as well. If you like dry wine. Yeah. Okay, so we got the wine and we got the browning sauce. Let's go back over here, y'all. Okay, we're back over here. We got my whiz. We're adding the Marsala. And then we gotta add the browning. Okay. We're gonna add the browning in. It's just a couple of drops. You don't have to do a lot. It's just to make it brown, I guess. Okay. Use the whisk. See how it's turning brown? There it is. All right. All right now. We're gonna bring it up just a little bit so it can start boiling. But we're gonna get back to the table. It was only a cup of wine. So you only use a cup of wine. You don't, unless you really like to drink some I'm not gonna say nothing if you do though. But okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna season this chicken. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Okay, we're gonna season this chicken right here. So I need to get a little bowl real quick. So for this, only flour is needed for this particular recipe. I don't I don't use flour, but for this recipe, I'm trying to be on point with it. So I'm using flour. Yeah, like I said, if you want, if you know the wine, I don't drink wine like that. But if you're into dry wine, have at it. Okay, so we're gonna put the chicken in the bowl with the flour, salt, and the pepper. Oh, the pepper's over there. We're gonna put the rest of the pepper in here, and we're gonna massage it. It says massage, or it says dredge. I think dredge and massage is the same thing, but we're gonna dredge it. All right. Okay. So we got this. Let me wash my hands real quick. All right. So what we need to do is we got to put a little bit more butter on a skillet. which I'm going to show you right now. I think that's it. Okay. Now, you keep what's in there. Then you turn this on low. We use a spoonful of butter. We turn on the. Okay. All right. So we got the. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna brown this chicken. When we have the flour and stuff, that's why we put butter in there. We turn the flour on high. Well, like medium. Medium if you're using. Oops, sorry. Medium uh if you're using a gas stove, keep it. You could do it high. If you're on a electric stove, do it on medium. Okay. So, well, the way that we're gonna do this, you see how that shit that's about to flame up right now. So hold on. Let me take this over there. Okay. Oops. I dropped something. I think I dropped something. That's okay. All right. All right. I had a little mishap over there. Well, good thing I had the chicken in my hand. Okay. So as you see, I'm kind of searing it right now. And on per side, you only have to cook it for about 2 minutes. So you do it about 2 minutes per side. And then we're going to put this on a baking dish. And if y'all saw what I did last week, I don't like to put nothing on the baking dish. I have to put aluminum foil on. So I'm going to get the aluminum foil real quick and we're going to get that popping. Okay. Okay, so we got the aluminum foil. And remember I told y'all don't ever get the cheap aluminum foil? I really stand by that. You see how it just tears up real quick? I just take it out of the thing and just tear it because it's cheap. So we're gonna dress this up like so. And then we're gonna go check on our chicken. We gotta go flip that chicken. You gotta go flip that beef. You heard that? Okay, so we leave it on there for another 2 minutes. All right, so we're gonna wait till that to brown. And then what we're gonna do is, give me a second. Gotta preheat the oven. What did I tell you that we have to preheat the oven at? 350. Now, we got to do this before we do any of that. We still have to do something else. We got to cut these. But first, let me do this. Okay, see that? All right. I know, right? That aluminum foil is trash. But waste not, want not, right? So I got to use all of. It's disheartening sometimes. Okay, so we got to chop these up because what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna put it also on the skillet with some a little bit more butter. We got to cut this. I saw Fresh like mushrooms. Who else likes mushrooms? Besides, I know Miss T don't like mushrooms, so she's probably grossing out right now. Now, if you were cooking this for like a party of people, 4 Portobello mushrooms would do just fine. Because like I said, if you want to gut it out, you can do that. You can gut it out, and then you can actually make the Marcello the other way as well. Okay, so you got this. F. Smith, you like mushrooms too? I used to not like mushrooms. I was like Miss T, but man. All right, let's go put these bad boys. We gotta put a little bit more butter. So what we're using, this is because I'm just making one for me. Um, I don't need to make two of them. I can save this one for another day. This should be enough for this demonstration. Okay. All right. So you see this? Well, I tell you, it'd be smelling good in this kitchen. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour just a little bit. This was just to make it. Uh, yeah, the baby bellas. Yeah, but they were just way too small for this. All right. So right now, this is what our chicken is looking like. This. You see how it's browned? All right. So the other thing we're gonna do after the mushrooms get cooked a little bit, we're gonna pour the sauce on the mushroom, and then from there we're gonna put that over the chicken, and then while we're waiting, how's everybody day? I know it's Saturday. It looks like it's gonna be a sunny day, so I'm gonna go wash my car after this. There was a question on my Facebook page when I was promoting this episode. Hopefully this grows and I get it a little bit more professional looking because right now I'm struggling, y'all. I'm using two phones and my laptop. So all right. Okay, so we're just letting that cook down a little bit. Oh, and then the other thing we're gonna make while we're gonna cook this, and this shouldn't even take long. This should only take about 15 to 20 minutes at the most. Let me see what's going on in the chat right now while I'm waiting. No, I didn't. Oh, okay. So no, I didn't turn off. Is it slightly raining? That's crazy that y'all go through a bipolar spring. All right. Okay. Now I think it's time. Let's go. Let me go check on the mushroom. Like so. You just whisk it. And we'll put the Marsala juice over. Uh, uh. You see that? Yeah, it's hot outside. That's that's why I'm drinking, sipping on this. Okay, so we're letting that simmer for a little bit before we put it on. So what we're gonna do is that concoction over there at the stove. We're gonna put that on top of this. We're gonna cover this, and when you cover it, we're gonna put it in the oven. I keep forgetting. Hold on. Damn. You know what? What's crazy about cooking? It's I feel like it's a form of therapy. Like it's like I had a kind of like a really rough day yesterday. I was talking to Miss T, and I went off on a customer service person. I've never done that. Like I've never like cussed anybody out or did anything that was disrespectful. But this man kept cutting me off while I was trying to explain to him my bill. And hold on. Thought I turned everything down. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. All right. I always be trying to find a use to use this mic, but I have an iPhone 16 and it's like super dope. Okay. All right. So we have everything. I need to put this in the refrigerator so it doesn't melt. The next thing we cook when we put what's on the stove into here, And everybody's following me so far, right? So the only person that I don't anticipate making this dish is Miss T, unless she wanted to surprise the bride. I'd be like, hey man, look what I made. But I doubt that she won't do that. But okay. Let's see here. Okay, it's time to go check on this stuff over here. All right. This is about good to go. So let's take this bad boy over here. Okay. We're going to pour this gently. All right. So we have it in the pan. We're going to cover this pan, by the way. So let's go back over here. So you can have a good look of it. Okay. This is what it looks like so far. Y'all see that? I look good, don't it? So we're about to put this in the oven, but before we put it in the oven, we have to cover it up. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover this up real quick. She does. Okay. All right. Probably about 15 minutes. So while we're doing that, we're going to get another sauce pot right here. Oh, no. No, let's use another one. Okay. All right. Now we're going to make the orzo. But before we make the orzo, we got to prep it. So on this recipe, we're going to use the orzo. We got the cup right here. We need 2 tablespoons of butter. We need pepper, and we need lemon juice, which I got all of that. So that's, oh, and some, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour, this is the beef broth. We're gonna pour the rest of that in here. You can pick up beef broth for the can of beef broth for like 89 cents. Okay, so let's get the butter popping. We're gonna use the same butter that we use for the other stuff so we can stay consistent. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use some sea salt. Not have to use much. Okay. We're also gonna use a two. We're gonna use two. Hold on, let me see. We're gonna use 2 teaspoons. Of olive oil. Consistency is the key. That is absolutely right. Okay. Now we're gonna have a little bit of fun because we're gonna add this as part of our whole meal deal. Plus, I got a new toy and I want to use it. But while we're cooking the orzo, we're also going to make this with. So you got your little thing right here. I'm gonna dice these bad boys up. Oh, this is the wrong one. Oh. All right. This is zucchini. We're gonna put this bad boys on a skillet, okay? While we're cooking the orzo, orzo's right here. We're about to pour this in the sauce. Okay. Oops. That's how I be making messes all over the place. Okay, so we're gonna cook this right now. This should only take about 5 minutes to make. We're almost done now. With this though, we're gonna blacken this up. We're gonna be black on this one. So instead of adding salt and pepper, I'm gonna add this. Now you should be happy. I usually cut peppers up and all that. There's no peppers in this dish. There's no peppers. So as we're waiting for this to boil up and okay. Y'all stay with me? You like it, right? That thing is like a game changer. I am not. I might know how to cook, but I do not like doing all the prep work. I don't like doing all the prep work for it because it involves a lot of work. So this is lemon. Okay. So what we're gonna do right now is with the orzo, we're gonna turn it down to a simmer now because now it's pretty much done. What we're gonna do is stir up that zucchini. Now, if you want to get fancy with the orzo while it's simmering, bada! You put some Marsala in it. You don't pour a lot, just a little bit. There you see, not a lot. But if you're a person that like dry water and you want to drink it in a glass, go ahead and do that. I'm all okay with it. I'm not here to judge you. All right. Okay, so let me clean this up a little bit. Thank y'all for joining me while I attempt to make first time dishes, and I like to make dishes that are budget but yet fancy. You know, you can go to these restaurants and spend about $150 on one meal. We ain't doing that over here. This meal came out to $17.37. This is the only spicy stuff I'm gonna put in there. Okay, that's okay. So let me take my butt over here. So we're simmering the orzo because you don't want to overcook that. It's crazy how I can make some orzo, but I don't know how to make rice. Man, it smells like heaven. You already know. Heaven. See, I wish I had some music because I'll be playing some Luther Vandross right now. it up. Okay. I can't wait to do the. You forgot about the what? Oh, okay. I hope everybody's having a good day. Because I sure enough have. F. Smith, if you're still here, thank you for this idea. It really smells like I know I'm not gonna eat it right now. I'm gonna do a taste test. I'm gonna do a taste test, but then I'm gonna wrap that. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up, B, and that's gonna be dinner tonight. And if you notice, I only cooked one chicken breast, and when I slice it and when I present it, you can actually make two dishes from this. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it's so simple yet. And if y'all watch the whole process, it's not really that hard. The prep time is the only thing that really takes the longest, and I'm trying to be sexy about it. So I mean, I think you could cook it easier if you do it your way, like just to make it. But if you're trying to like present it, if you're on a date or you're cooking for your significant other, and they're there. Sorry for the feedback. Let's go check everything real quick. Okay. Okay. Let's see how this looking. Okay. I'm setting up the other camera over here real quick. All right. Okay, so now we have that. So that's our little extra right there. See that? All right, let's bring this bad boy out. Oops. Okay. Lord. Y'all still with me, right? Okay. Here's the look at this. And ladies and gentlemen, we have here Marsala, Marsala with portobello, mushroom, and chicken. Any questions? With a orzo, with an orzo pilaf with zucchini. Now we're gonna see how this tastes. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I gotta taste it first. Hold on. Let me give you a true reaction. All right. Okay. That's the chicken. That joint is wet. Pause. All right. Let's. I'm gonna taste the chicken first. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Let's try the orzo. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. We have a winner. Marsala with portobello mushrooms and chicken. The portobello mushrooms cooked to perfection. The chicken cooked to perfection. The orzo. Mm. All right. Take a break of this. Hold on. Mm. Now, I'm gonna have to post the I'm gonna have to post the recipe to this because I know Miss T doesn't like um, mushrooms, but I'm gonna tell you, you'll be like, oh Lord, that's what you're gonna be. You're not even gonna know it's mushrooms because it don't even look like mushrooms on you. Almost looks like steak fingers. Damn. Thank you, F. Smith. This was a great idea. This is an Italian dish. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Good thing about this, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. This one was. I'm not gonna lie. This. Okay, so we did this one. Thank you, ladies. Y'all are amazing as usual. Here's my other question now. What's my next episode? Where should I cook? All right, so we did Italian. We already got the oxtails getting ready to go off. I need one more. What country are we going to this time? I gotta think about this. This was this was new. My taste buds are thanking me for that because of what I put them through yesterday on Miss T's live. Indian. Okay, let me look up uh, to make sure there's not a. I know. I don't want to do the obvious though. Like the Indian sounds good. Indian sounds good. Uh, Mexican is too easy. Uh, what else is there? Brazilian food. Ah, Brazilian seafood. Matter of fact, Japanese fusion with Brazilian. We can do Greek too. We could definitely do Greek. All right, so y'all gave me a bunch of ideas to work with. Caribbean's too easy. Too easy. Well, that's what I'm gonna do with the oxtails anyway. That will be my Caribbean dish is the oxtails. Uh maybe I might if I do a Caribbean dish, I'd probably do whiting, well, whiting fish. I can do that. I can make that. All it really involves is with a lot of spices and a lot of vegetables, and it's really easy. The key is can we make it not making Korean food. Real quick, there's a story why I won't make Korean food. One of my best friends, he's Korean. I went to high school, and he's the first Korean I've ever like really hung out with. His mama don't even talk English, but somehow, some way, we understood her, and we uh, I would go to his house. And so we would go to his house after football practice and stuff, and he lived on the way home. And when we go, uh, he would have these Tupperware things of food in it, and he's like, "Hey, you want some cabbage?" That's what he said. "You want some cabbage?" I wasn't back. I'm a kid, man. I wasn't a fan of cabbage, so I was like, "No, no, this one's really, really good." Now, what I didn't know about my friend was he was a practical joker his whole life. He don't take nothing serious. Everything's funny to him at other people's expenses. And he he's like, take a big bite of it. I took a big bite and almost died because it was so hot. And he's just laughing, and I was like, "What is this?" Because it just didn't taste like cabbage, even though that's what it is. It's cabbage. And he's like, "It's kimchi. It's kimchi. What is that?" I love spicy food, but if a real Korean makes kimchi, I ain't messing with it. That's like burning my whole tongue to like I can't even taste anything after. I couldn't even taste anything for a couple of days because I took that big bite. That's why I don't even eat around him because he always did. Like we were in Hawaii, we were in Hawaii for the Pro Bowl, and we ate Korean food there. You know what? I don't really even like Korean food because of him. We went to this Korean restaurant, and that's the first time I ever ate wasabi sauce. Wasabi, and I thought wasabi. I'd never seen wasabi before, and it looked like guacamole. So it's like, yeah, yeah, just spread it all on your meat. And I did. I spread it on my meat. I spread it on my meat, and it was like, and pause. It was like I took a bite again. I almost died. I, there was nothing to. There was nothing to take that heat away from my mouth. No water, soda, nothing. I suffered for like 4 or 5 hours, and I'm in Hawaii. No, I wasn't greedy. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was guacamole. And he's like, no, it's just, yeah, it's almost like that, but it's for your meat. And he was like, just spread it on there. You know, that's like he's the reason why I don't like going in the ocean. Because he was like, yeah, you can open your eyes in the ocean. No, you can't. You really can't open your eyes in the ocean. Yeah, the natives are real. Korean, I've eaten real Korean food where I can't go to Korean restaurants with the Koreans that are Americanized. Nah, he didn't let me eat into Korean food. I hate him to this day for that. A matter of fact, when we get off, I'm probably gonna text him and tell him I hate him, and then tell him have a good day. All right, people, give yourselves a round of applause for sticking it with me, making this terrific dish. Tell your people about me. Uh, I'll have a next episode. Don't forget, um, next Wednesday we got named that tune with Miss T with the T. Tomorrow on TikTok, I got Soul Glow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I just stay cooking. I just stay cooking. Cook. And then I want a new name for my segment. I don't like cooking with Heff because everybody's using cooking with something. And then I'm dealing with TikTok chefs and they're they're not original. So I'm looking for uh hey I'm just looking for a an original name. Thank you guys. Thank you. I feel like I'm cooking for somebody when I do this right now. That's why I'm like I was all excited. I'm like, okay, I got my stuff. I had to pre-prep my prep stuff, like my little stuff, so it didn't take that much time. I cut my time down to an hour and 30 minutes. My next goal is to do an hour. So I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning how to do it to be efficient online. So thank you guys again. Uh, I had a blast, and I really, really, really enjoy cooking. I think I'm gonna have a good day today. Chopping it up with Hef like that, especially with my new toy. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, y'all. I want y'all to have a great, great Saturday. If you're out, oh, real quick before I leave, Miss T. Good news. I ran into my actual mail. Uh, well, my mail woman today. She's a woman. She was putting signs on the mailbox. So when I was coming from the store, she was like, "You live here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, uh, she said, "Do I put signs all on the mailboxes telling everybody to pick up their mail at the mail station? I'm the original mail carrier. I was out for 2 weeks. I don't know what happened, but somebody broke into your mailbox, like into everybody's mailbox in that room." And she goes, "We refuse to leave mail there. You need to talk to the man." I was like, "I don't need to talk to anybody. I'm about to move." But she goes, "Just come Monday morning." I gave her my name and stuff, but she was like, "I'll have your stuff for you, already ready to go." So hopefully I get my seeds. And I think I think when I move in September, I'm trying to get a condo with a balcony or a uh, townhome with the balcony, so I can start growing my little stuff. And Mr. T sent me some seeds, uh, and then I'm gonna go get a PO box, so all y'all can start sending me seeds. And then I'm gonna know how to cook. I know how to DJ. I know how to talk shit, and I don't know how to grow some stuff finally. Yeah. All right, y'all. I gotta go. That's what I think the name's gonna be. Chopping it up with Hef. Because it could go any way with that. Well, that's a great play on words. That's a great play on words. Since I like to chop it up, I like to talk, and I like to. Man, this is about to go down, TT. I'm telling you. All right, I gotta take this picture, and then let me ask y'all. Y'all like the two camera setup like this? Does it make it a little bit more easier? I'll fix the sound later. I know what it is with the sound. One of the phones won't go all the way to silent, and uh, I want to see if that's going to be a better look for. Okay. So we'll keep the two camera. We'll keep the two camera set up. I'll have my microphone set up so you can't hear the background noise. And then, uh, dang, we're going to look. I'm a perfectionist. We're going to get better and better with this, especially with you guys' help, man. I really appreciate y'all. Okay. So without further ado, I got to go wash my car before everybody goes to the car wash. And then I got to wait. And I don't like wait. And I got to save this for this evening. I got to check to see if my website is live. Don't forget, let me write this down. Save this real quick. Okay. I am relaunching my radio station. It's called GBR Global Worldwide.com. It is a radio station that's geared to everyone around the world. I have staff that handles different parts of the globe. Uh, United States being the most difficult, but we got a representative in Southeast Asia and West Africa, as well as South Africa and all that stuff. So it launches on it launches Juneteenth, June 19th is the launch date. So there'll be an app available and everything, and the music's gonna be amazing. Okay, so for y'all that be in the garden and stuff, you can have it on your Alexa, you can have it on your phone, your iPhone, your Google Play, all that good stuff. All right. So with that being said, I'll see y'all later. Bye.